Good afternoon, lovelies. So we are going to, first of all, get you caught up to the point of what the topic of this video is going to be about. Okay. So in order to do that, what I've been doing over the last 2 or 3 days, I've shared a couple of posts that has caused a lot of people to have aha moments, have enlightened ideas that helped to clear some blocks. And for a lot of people, it's caused a ton of confusion, which is okay. Things like that are supposed to happen. It's kind of what destabilizes a thought and a belief system so that you can get in there and start clearing the clutter out. So confusion is actually a good thing. All right, so this video specifically is going to be for people who are having a hard time understanding the concept of needing to release the want in order to finally receive the thing or experience that you would like to have and experience, okay? And we're going to go over the releasing process. I'm going to walk you through the 4 or so questions of the releasing process. And, just it's really simple. It's not that hard at all, okay? There's nothing to it really. Once you actually get into the releasing process, it takes like not even a minute to do. And when you get really good at it, it starts to happen spontaneously. All right. So here's the 2 Facebook posts I want to show you to get you caught up to the topic we're going to be discussing. All right. So this is talking about the breakthrough moment I had a couple of days ago. I was spinning down a spiral, a moment, should I say, days of being in the dark night of the soul, that kind of experience, because I wasn't able to connect to what I thought my purpose was supposed to be. I had an idea. I had some insights. I knew what my passions are and I know what I want to do, but I was having a hard time actually feeling that connection, getting that aha moment. And so what this post is talking about is the moment that I finally got it and what I did to get it, okay? I'll just read it out to you. It says, I finally been activated. I know my gifts and my purpose, and it started by releasing on 2 things. Number 1, wanting to figure it out, it being my purpose, and releasing wanting something to look forward to. I started diligently releasing on Monday, synchronicities and signs all day Tuesday. Today I realized that I had finally been activated on my purpose, gifts, and calling. Crystals, knowings, the ins and outs and hows of energetic restructuring and healing. Everything is coming to me in a whirlwind, and it's all connected. Hill Dwoskin of the Sedona method said it often happens like that. Releasing on the wanting of something almost acts as a magnet, bringing it about quicker. Wanting is an energetic block. What you focus your intent on grows. Wanting something only creates more of the wanting of it. Remove that block, and the space is cleared for that thing to manifest. Okay. So, yeah, that was a huge moment for me. And I'll talk about what happened in that process to finally make that come about so quickly. Like what happened that, after years of just spinning, wondering, searching, looking, what was it? What was the process and what was the mechanism that finally brought the answer about instantly, or almost instantly, like the next day, right? But when you're searching for years and years and years, the next day feels like instantly, suddenly, you know what I mean? All right, here's a second one, and then we'll get on with the show. This one is saying you've been bugging out over your purpose. You've asked the cards, took the course, read the book, had the psychic reading done, and you got some answers, but you don't feel like you've got it. That thing you're missing is making the connection that acts like a confirmation, the connection that gives you the aha moment where you finally know, yes, that's it, finally. You already know what you're here to do. You've seen all the signs and even acknowledged them. The reason you're not feeling the connection and having that aha moment is because there's an energetic barrier called want in the way. Maybe there's some resistance. I want to figure it all out. I want things to change so bad, etc., etc. Maybe there's some of that in there too. You'll never connect to your purpose until that barrier is removed. Again, you need to release wanting it, or you'll continue to create the experience of wanting it. That's how our energy works. What you focus on grows. Focusing on wanting something brings back more experiences of wanting it. Okay. Let's see. And we'll go here for now. What's the next one? Come on. There we go. And I'm just going to probably minimize this. Yeah, I'll share this back when we get to that point. Okay. Hi. All up in your face. All right. So that brings us to what we're talking about now, because that last post that I just shared with you, there's quite a few people who are having a hard time understanding or getting that concept. Release the wanting. So, you know, and questions abound as to, you know, are you saying that we're supposed to just be happy with what is, you know, just accept things as they are? And the answer to that is yes and no. Okay. So I think the confusion is all wrapped up in the languaging of things. Okay. And so when we're talking about energy, the law of attraction and how energy works, you know, like energy attracts like energy. When we're talking about this concept of wanting, we need to distinguish between the different kinds of wants. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, this is a very interactive video. All right. But we need for you to get this into your central nervous system. We need to, you know, and that's how you are able to, when you get revelations, that's part of what makes that revelation happen is, you know, the learning that you're getting, the knowledge, it hits you in a space where you know, that's the aha, that's the connection. That's, you know, when it's in your body, your central nervous system, you'll never forget it. And then it just, something clicks. Okay. So we're going to make it click. So let's think about, I'm going to guide you through an experience. So what I'm going to have you do is think about something or an experience that you've been wanting to have an experience for a long time. Okay. It could be, you know, having a successful business that is thriving, one that you're not having to struggle to build and maintain. It could be a relationship that you're wanting to experience and or have. Just think about something that you've been wanting for a long time, and for whatever reason, you have not been able to either achieve it and or maintain it. Okay? So, giving you a second, I want you to recall that. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to pay attention to the feelings that are coming up regarding that thing or that experience that you're wanting, but you have not been able to achieve or maintain and or maintain. Okay. So for the people that are connecting to this message, the feelings and the sensations and the images and things that are coming up that are being triggered by, I should say, the memory of this thing that you're wanting and but not able to have or experience for whatever reason. They're feelings of lack, disappointment, all the things that are connected to wanting something and not being able to have it or maintain it. Okay, they don't feel good, do they? And so I want you to really sit for a second, because we're getting this feeling, we're getting this distinction in your body so that you can get that aha moment. All right. So that so the rest of this message is going to make sense to you on a very physical level. Okay. It's going to be in your central nervous system. So it doesn't feel good. I know it doesn't feel good. Not knowing always wondering. And the worst thing is when you think of, you know, is this all there is? The doubt that seeps in. Will I ever actually get this? And how hopeless that can feel sometimes, right? Okay, so that's the wanting that we're going to be addressing during this video. So the other want I want you to just briefly think about, so kind of take a few deep breaths and clear that experience. We're going to get that experience out of your body. So the second kind of want that some people are talking about have more to do with like plans and goals and dreaming big and stuff like that. Dreaming big. And so let's talk about a want. I'm going to have you walk you through the second experience. It won't take that long, of something that you wanted and you were able to order it online, something that you wanted really bad, like, wow, you know, and you ordered it online, paid for it, you got the receipt, you got the order confirmation, and you know, it's coming from overseas. If you're in the United States and you know how things work here, when you buy something overseas, you may get a tracking number, but once it hits customs, it's kind of like falls off the face of the earth until you get it. So, you know, you ordered it online, you got the confirmation number, it's exactly what you wanted. You've been waiting for this thing for you don't know how long. You finally ordered it and it's on its way. You paid for it, it's yours, it's on its way. You just don't know exactly when it's going to be here, but you know it's going to be here, right? There's a very different feeling that is connected to that kind of want. You're not wanting it because you're lacking it. It's more of an excitement. It's an expectation. It's oh, what's that word? It's you know, it is. I don't want to say anxiety, but there's a happiness, a joyfulness connected to that want, right? As opposed to the other one that was connected to lack, and it was a whole. So what I want you to understand and what I want you to get here is that the difference between the two, energetically speaking, they're two completely different energetic signatures, okay? Two completely different signatures. And when it comes to energy, you have to remember that whatever you're focusing on grows. So, you know, when we're talking about wanting because you're lacking, you want it, you're not getting it, that's only making you want it more. But you know, there's a whole different energetic signature that is wrapped up into that. All right, and so that's the energetic signature we are going to be talking about. Okay, so I want to get that in your body, get that in your mind, so that your mind's not going to try and chew over it and completely miss the message here. I don't want you to miss the message. Okay, so what we're going to be talking about is largely based out of a process outlined in this book, The Sedona Method. Okay, you can find it on Amazon, you can get it on Kindle. I'm sure you can find it on any major book retailer. So this is the book. It's pretty much the entire thing. It's all you'll really need. If you're like me and you're like a super student, you love learning, they've got a workbook that you can buy as well, individual separately from it. Okay, you can get both of those online. The workbook, I believe, is only available through the Sedona Method website. So for further reading, that's where you should go. You should go there anyway. Okay, because I'm going to only be able to explain a small tip of the iceberg in this video. All right, so but this is such an important concept to get. All right, so let's talk about the phenomenon of wanting and why that is so detrimental to you being able to have and experience the things in life that you want to have and experience. Okay. This is also counterintuitive. We've not known how to do this, in quite a long time. And I'm talking about humans as a species. This is an ability we've always had, but we've lost the memory of being able to do it. So energetically, like attracts like. So, you know, if you're putting out vibes of joy, vibes of love, those kinds of vibrations, you're going to attract those same vibes, you know, the experiences and the people and the things that are going to generate that same feeling, right? The relationships, the experiences, all that kind of stuff. So, like attracts like. When you are in a constant state, emotional state of wanting, you are always going, and you're throwing that emotional signature, that energetic signature out there constantly. That is only going to be bringing back to you people, relationships, experiences, and things, and happenings that are going to keep you in the state of wanting. Does that make sense? So the thing that you have to do then, and what you got to imagine, so this is for people who are visual, you need a visual, whatever you want to call it. So, you know, you're here, what you want is over here, and there's a space between the two of you, right? So you have the goal, you got you. And for whatever reason, there's a space between you, and you can't seem, there's always a barrier keeping the two of you from connecting. And in that space is the energy that your thoughts and your intention and your emotions and your feelings are creating. And so the energetic signature that you are generating is either going to, you know, bring you and the thing that you desire together, or what's happening for many of us is it's keeping those two things separated, you and the thing that you want. So what you have to do is, you know, number one, fix the energetic signature that you're generating. You don't want to repel, you want to attract. And then when you do that, the space between you and that thing clears. And then once that space clears, you can start filling it up with the energy that's going to attract what you want to you. Does that make sense? And so the way to do that, though, in order to clear that space between you and that thing so that it can manifest, is to release the thoughts, the emotions, the feelings, anything connected to that energetic signature that you keep putting out, that is keeping you and that thing or that experience you want from connecting. Okay, it's called releasing. You can call it letting go, whatever. Okay, what we have a tendency to do, and what we kind of learned how to do over the years, is to hold on to it, resist it. You know, we're always either trying to figure it out, you know, it's all a form of resistance. Okay, so the kind of want that you're experiencing, it itself is a form of resistance. Holding on is a form of resistance. Resistance to what? To what is, to now, to what's going on right now. So, you know, you can call it whatever you want. And when I take you through the releasing process, there's going to be variations of words that you can use, because the languaging that you use is very important. So, you know, words that have, words are encoded with energetic locks, you know, and what may work for me may not work for you at this point in time. Now, of course, energy shifts. And so what may work for me now may not work for me later, you know. And as you get really good at releasing, you'll know what's working and you'll know what's not. You'll just feel it, okay? And so that's a very important distinction to make as far as understanding that languaging is very important, because languaging also has an energetic signature to it, because it's, you know, what you're attaching, the meaning that you're attaching to it. Okay. And you'll see what I mean when we go forward. So let's talk about the releasing process, because this is what is so important. You know, it's not just, okay, now you got why you haven't been able to connect to that thing or that experience you're wanting, but how? How do you actually clear all of that away so that you're able to fill that space with, you know, the kinds of vibes that that is going to attract it to you faster. Okay. And let's see, let me share this with you. This is the process. Again, the Sedona Method book is going to, you know, talk a ton about this stuff in detail with you, okay? But this is just a really quick course. So think about something right now that, you know, I was talking about a purpose. So we can work on that for a lot of you who are having a hard time not knowing what you're supposed to be doing. Why are you here? What's my purpose? You might have an idea, but you haven't been able to connect to it, stuff like that. So these are the 4/5 questions that you're going to be asking yourself. This is literally the releasing process, okay? The first one is going to be, can I welcome this? In other words, you know, can I just allow this thing, this feeling, this experience, this situation, or should I say my experience of the situation, can I allow this to just sit here? And we're talking about a feeling, because, you know, the thing itself is just a thing. It's your experience of the thing that you are either accepting or resisting. And if you're not connecting with whatever it is that you want to experience, you're resisting it, okay? So can I welcome this? Can I welcome, you know, can I allow this thing to sit here with me without trying to change it, without trying to resist it, without trying to figure it out? Can I just sit here with it? And guess what? Yes, no, maybe, whatever your answer is, it's valid, okay? There is no right or wrong answer to this. It's authenticity. So what your mind is going to do is like, well, how is it going to help me if it says no? What you have to understand is that, like I said, there are energetic codes in these questions that, when you think about your resistance, think of your resistance to something as like a bubble. And this bubble is full of images, it's full of feelings, thoughts, you know, past disappointments, your worries about the future, blah, 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 right? And so what a question, and all these things in your mind are fixed. They're like cement, you know, because our minds are very powerful, aren't they? Especially when we're talking about long-standing beliefs and stuff. So what a question does is it gets in there and it kind of breaks things up a little bit. And you may not even be able to feel it on the surface, but you'll notice as you go through this process, when you reach the very end, you do feel lighter, even if just a little bit, okay? So the first question again is, can I welcome this? Meaning the feeling. My thoughts, my feelings, my interpretation, my meaning of this experience. Can I just welcome how I'm feeling about this? Remember, yes, no, maybe, I don't know. Those are all perfectly acceptable answers as long as they are truthful. Okay? And you can go forward and you can go a little bit deeper and say, can I welcome all of this? Everything that I'm feeling and thinking and blah, 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 blah. Can I welcome all of it? See, I'm like, even as I ask these questions, I myself am like in the middle of releasing. It's so cool. This is what questions do. It causes you to just even ponder the possibility of even being able to do it, that there's so much power in that. So once, you've done that, you move, you keep going on. The next question is, can I let this go? Can I let it go? Or can I let it just be? Either way. For me, what feels better and what actually releases a lot faster is, can I let this go? Can I let it go? And again, there's no right or wrong answer here. It's just whatever is true, okay? Would I let this go? And the last question is when? When will I let this go? And that's it. That is it. That is the entire releasing process. Can I welcome this? Can I welcome all of this? Can I let it go? Would I let it go? And when? And so what this process does is you have this bubble of resistance that is causing this energetic barrier between you and the thing that you want. And it's this bubble, and it feels fixed. And especially if it's been there for years and years and years and years, and because you've been putting so much of your thought and your effort and your energy into it, it feels strong. Like you just can't get over it, under it, through it, whatever, right? When you start to question, though, like I said, it's like it pokes a hole in this bubble, and it starts letting that energy out, that negative. It starts releasing that energy through that hole. And the more you go through this process, it's at some point the bubble just pops and it's gone. And so you keep going through this process as long and as many times as it takes. So say that, whatever that thing is that you are releasing on, and you still feel some resistance, you'll just go through the questions again. You just keep going, and you keep going, and you keep going until all you feel is love and peace and joy, and, at the very least, a place of neutrality. Like, you're okay. It's okay. Everything is okay. Everything is how it should be right now. Not to say that you still wouldn't like to experience that thing in the future, but there's not that energetic signature coming from you that is going to continue keeping it away from you. You're more in a place of, it's going to be nice to finally to be able to experience that when it's my time. Okay. So again, the releasing process is, can I welcome this? Can I welcome all of this? Can I let it go? Would I let it go? And when? So the questions at the bottom are for when you find yourself in the inevitable thought loop or emotional loop or pattern, whatever is generating to where you can't seem to pop out of it. So what you'll need to ask yourself is, am I wanting to change my experience of the now? Am I wanting to change my experience in that what I want is not here, and I want to change that? That's you wanting to change it. Am I resisting it? Am I trying to figure it out? Am I trying to figure it out? That is a big one, because your mind is going to sit there and just get lost trying to fix something, trying to figure it out. And that is also a form of resistance. Okay. So, if you are, there's a difference between distraction and forward motion. If you're doing research on something because you have a clear path, exactly what you're supposed to do, versus taking course after course, book after book, because you're searching for the same thing, and this thing over here didn't fix it, so you're hoping this thing over here does, and this thing doesn't fix it, so you're hoping that thing over there does. You're looking here and you're looking there, you're looking for the answer everywhere. God, that sounds like a Dr. Seuss deal. You're in resistance when you're doing that. If you're spending hundreds and thousands of dollars because you're trying to fix one problem, and that one problem is not getting fixed, you're in resistance of it. Okay. And you're in that mode of wanting, that is keeping you from getting the answer that it is that you're wanting to receive. Okay. So the questions at the bottom are kind of ways to take you deeper into the process, especially when the mind kind of gets off track, when it's trying to distract you, when it's trying to take control, trying to control things. Because there are going to be some things in life that you can't control, obviously, or you wouldn't be stuck in this pattern, right? And so, am I wanting to change it? Am I resisting it? The answer is probably yes. You're resisting it. And am I trying to figure it out? That's a big one. All right. So if you find yourself in that mode, say like, am I wanting to figure it out? And, you're like, yes, I want to figure it out because I want to fix it. Then you need to release on wanting to figure it out, or you need to release on wanting to fix it. So I'll give you an example. Am I wanting to fix it? Yes. Okay. Well, can I welcome wanting to fix it? Can I just welcome it? Rather than changing it, rather than wanting it to already be fixed, or even not wanting to fix it. Okay, see how the mind can just jumble shit up? Can you just, for a second, just for now, to the best of your ability, welcome wanting to change it? Can you let it go? Can you let go of wanting to change it? Just for now, to the best of your ability. Would you let go of wanting to fix it? And when? See how simple that is? I'll take you through another one. Am I trying to figure it out? Or should I say, am I wanting? I need to change that. Not am I trying, am I wanting? Am I wanting to figure it out? So if you find yourself trying to figure everything out, this is something that people who are perfectionists have a lot of problems doing or getting past. They're always wanting things to be perfect. They got to figure it out before, whatever. So what you'll do then is you'll say, can I welcome wanting to figure it out? Can I just sit here with this feeling of wanting to figure it out? Can I let go of wanting to figure it out? Would I let go of wanting to figure it out? When? Let's go ahead and do a releasing on resisting, because you'll just, there'll come times when you just know you're resisting it. So the releasing process on resisting it, can I welcome this feeling of resistance? Can I welcome this? Can I just allow this resistance to be? Because again, wanting to change the resistance is only going to make that resistance stronger, okay? So can you just, for this moment, for now, to the best of your ability, can you just welcome the resistance? All of it. Now, can you let go resisting of it? Can you let it go? Did you hear that? That's releasing. Would I let go of resisting it? And when? Isn't that amazing? That's amazing. And what you'll find at the very end is, oh, God, you can breathe easier. Your face is lighter. Your eyes are brighter. It's the best feeling in the world because you have control over this. Now, the thing is, just getting really good at breaking the thought cycle. And you break the thought cycle by asking questions. You poke a hole in that bubble by asking questions, by releasing. And you release and you release and you release as long and as often as you need to until the bubble finally bursts. It really is that simple. And so, before I close this video out, the cool thing is that this will become second nature to you. Releasing will just start to happen out of habit. Like if we've made it a habit to suppress emotion, half the time, you don't even know what you're feeling because that's how good you've gotten at suppressing it. A feeling will come up and subconsciously you've already triggered it to be suppressed, or subconsciously it's been triggered to be, expressed in a very unhealthy way. I mean, whatever your method is with dealing with unwanted emotion, unwanted experience, disappointment and stuff like that, it's a subconscious habit for you at this point. Well, releasing will become a subconscious habit for you too. What I'm finding is that right now, I usually only need to get to, question one when I'm questioning something, the very first one, can I welcome this? Pretty much pops the whole bubble now. Not too often anymore do I have to go through the entire process because it's becoming embedded. It's becoming a habit. It's becoming a subconscious process for me that the moment resistance in any form comes up, it is becoming a subconscious habit, a subconscious process now where the process is instantly kicked off. I instantly release. I don't even know I'm in resistance anymore. It will happen. It's that quick. You will become that adept to it. You just have to work it like a muscle. Work it until it becomes the new norm for you. And when that happens, you are going to clear the space between you and the thing that you want. And more often than not, and this is often how it happens, when you really clear that space, the thing and or the experience that you've been wanting to have all this time just comes to you out of nowhere. Whoosh. Because you cleared the space for it to do so, right? Anyway, so I hope this has helped you out quite a bit. If it has, do me a favor, like, subscribe, share, tag people that you know, if it's on Facebook. Help get the info out there. This is something that everybody needs to know. Everyone needs to relearn how to do this. All right, so if you've got questions, drop them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to get back with you. Bye.